In this video, I'll discuss the Eight of Wands tarot card meaning. We'll look at the key themes and what this card means in different types of tarot readings. This video is designed to be informative in the moment and as a resource that you can jump back to as your tarot journey unfolds. So feel free to return at any time to refresh your learning. You'll find the key topics timestamped clearly down below for easy reference. Remember, you can get your free Learn Tarot mini course simply by clicking the first link down below. This online course that I've designed includes over 40 minutes of video and it's highly interactive, and this is my gift to you to get you started reading tarot. So if you're ready, let's get into it. The Eight of Wands is the 8th card in the suit of wands in the tarot deck, and the 8 for me is about mastery, it is about power, and it also can link into themes of abundance as well. So let's take a look at the visuals in the card for the 8 of Wands. In the 8 of Wands, we see 8 wands moving through the air, and they're kind of on an angle. It looks like they are moving swiftly, they are moving fastly, and again we can't really see where they're coming from. It's almost like they're moving through the heavens, through the air, and there's kind of a sense of movement, of travel, of fluidity in this card. So the keywords for the 8 of Wands are swift change, quick progress, divine intervention, air travel, and action. And it's the kind of action and change that can lead to that mastery, right? Stepping into the power, mastering a life lesson, mastering a skill that may bring the abundance, the outcome of the number 8 to the seeker. Now, in reverse, of course, it can mean that there isn't progress. It can mean that things are moving slowly. It could be that there are blocks to travel, blocks to taking action, or it can mean that there is some stagnancy or some resistance to making changes in one's life. Maybe resistance to learning a life lesson, which of course can lead to repeating old cycles. So ultimately, this is a card of forward movement, of change, of a very kind of fast pace, and it can be about a message coming in as well. Now, one of my meanings for the 8 of Wands is directional change, doing a 180 in one's life, right? Not a 360, but a 180. Maybe that change that is required is going in a new direction, going in another way that maybe the seeker hadn't explored, maybe they had resisted. It could be the very change that they're needing. So in a love reading, the 8 of Wands can mean a few different things. Sometimes it's known as the Cupid's arrows card, like the energy of love just like coming in out of nowhere. It can mean that there is going to be change, like quick change happening in a relationship, maybe a quickening of progress, something like that. Being a card of travel, it can mean that there might be travel to go and meet up with a new love interest or somebody you have a connection with. It could also be that you are in a long distance relationship, right? That you've met online and you're needing to travel and see each other. It can be that there's a lot of communication going back and forth, and that you're beginning to see the potential things are starting to grow because of that messaging, because of really getting to know each other on that level. It can also mean that things are moving ahead quickly in love. Now that may or may not be a good thing depending on the person, depending on the reading and the other cards. It may mean that they might need to pace themselves or not rush in, but it says that the energy and the passion, like all the energy of the wands, are there for really wanting to quicken that pace. So in a career reading, the 8 of Wands, okay, now because it can be about messaging or communication, it may mean that the seeker is going to get news, maybe of a job they've applied for or something to do with their role. If they've applied for a role, it may include travel or involve travel. They may need to travel for the interview process, something like that. Because of the energy of change. If this is in a reading where somebody's inquiring about, will I change my career or what needs to change in my career, this would be an indication that change is on the horizon, or may be required to get to that sense of mastery, to get to that sense of power or abundance. And you know, with my meaning of the cards, sometimes it's a directional change needed. Sometimes we need to look at a new pathway, or maybe in a different direction that we either hadn't been considering or we were resisting, because quite often that's where that secret lies for really getting ahead. In a money reading, it could mean that money is coming in fast. The wands are energy, money is energy for me. So it can be money coming out, you know, coming in fast, maybe from an unexpected source. Of course, you know, the word of caution would be, you know, easy come, easy go. So just make sure that there is, you know, some grounded energy around that. It may mean that there is going to be changes in the financial status of the seeker, and you can look to the other cards around that as to whether that's going to be an increase or a decrease in those finances, and what the seeker can do about that. There might be money spent on travel, taking a holiday, visiting family, visiting a lover as well with the Eight of Wands. In a family reading, the Eight of Wands could mean that you're traveling to visit family, take a holiday, maybe even relocate back to where your family are, where you grew up. It can also mean that it may be time to communicate more with your family, to increase the communication, or you might be about to receive an out of the blue message or communication from a family member. There is a bit of an element of expect the unexpected with the Eight of Wands. It can be a message or change that kind of comes out of nowhere, that is that divine intervention or synchronicity that leads to the next step for the seeker in the area of inquiry. So my tip for reading this card is to mix the number 8 with the suit Wands with the context, let's say career, to determine your interpretation. By doing this, we could say that there is the opportunity for mastery in the area of career by putting energy into change, maybe quick change. And that change could be looking or heading in a new direction, maybe a direction that hadn't been considered or a direction that had been resisted in the past. But this just might hold the key, the secret to moving into a greater sense of power in career, and maybe upping the abundance as well. I hope this video helped you understand this tarot card meaning. Remember, you can come back at any time to refresh your knowledge, and just use the timestamps down below to find the information you need. If you found this video useful, please do hit that like button, subscribe to my channel, and drop me a comment so I can connect with you. If you enjoyed this one, check out my video that takes a deep dive into the suit of Wands, and until next time, I'm wishing you so much love and magic.